Starting off with a little history of the Fantastic Four, a 90s movie none of us saw. Of course, the early 2000s. Really was a fan of this series. The second one had the Silver Surfer. Of course, animation. We've all seen the Fantastic Four cartoons or read them in the comics. And then we get this one. And today, our first look of Fantastic Four First Steps. Life is short, stay awake for it. We got Caribou tonight. I stated up with the K-Cups that I'm not a fan of the Caribou K-Cups, but I like the Caribou coffee, but they fill it too high. The door just kind of slightly bumped my hand and I spilled it the last time we were here. I had a little bit of a spillage also, but it is hot. Welcome to today's video. As the recording of this Tuesday, February 4th, I almost said January, 2025. Today, we got our first look of Fantastic Four First Steps. And I gotta be honest with you, I loved the trailer. Kind of giving everything out now. Very surprised with what I saw today, and I thought, let's do a reaction. Let's talk Fantastic Four. We just kind of saw a little history of Fantastic Four. What's different about this movie? And after seeing this, I have a totally different perspective on another movie coming out. Now, we've all seen the 1 minute 20-second trailer. One of the first things that I thought of when I was watching this was, wait for all the marketing. Imagine coming to Hobby Lobby and seeing a bunch of Fantastic Four stuff. And it's gonna be so unique because of that new look Marvel. Just think of all the merch we can get from it. We see so much Spider-Man. I don't see a lot of Fantastic Four stuff. And remember when we saw the Frogger sign? It was cheaper at the other Hobby Lobby. See, this one was $3.49. It was actually $1 something at the other Hobby Lobby. There's still one here. But yeah, I knew it. I knew one was cheaper than the other. I just couldn't remember which store it was. Look at all the Marvel branding at Hobby Lobby. It's super Spider-Man heavy. And the big canvas. I mean, can you even spot Fantastic Four on here? That's about to change. Of course. Is this Galacticus right here? Is that him? It's hard to tell. I think that's Galacticus. I can't wait to see him. Like, we saw a little bit in the Rise of the Silver Surfer, but we didn't see him. We didn't see what we're gonna see in this movie. But honestly, where is Fantastic Four in this canvas? I'm telling you, this is gonna be the start of something really big. There isn't Fantastic Four anywhere in sight. Look at all the lettering. You don't see him anywhere. And then I've got Spider-Man heavy. I even like the way that they're introducing him, like going back into like the 1960s look. Like, that is the Fantastic Four. I mean, the marketing, the idea in this, it's brilliant. Just from a few images of kind of seeing everything. Now, Reed Richards with a mustache, I don't, kind of on the fence on that one. I'm not really sure, but again, I'm just going off of a trailer. But from that perspective, it looks good. And by the way, the spring shop is still 40% off at Hobby Lobby with no ending date. Let's see what they're saying.
Perfect place to get that special picture, achievement award, or family heirloom framed. Our custom frames are always 50% off.
Okay, the frames are always 50% off, and the spring shop is 40%. You know, I like the car too. It's so retro. You know, we haven't seen anything like this besides the comics. Speaking of retro, this kind of looks like Kal-El's ship in Superman 1. It's a better look at it. Oh, and they have them all here too. Look at this. Fantastic Four through the years. 74 cents for the first one. I mean, I saw this, I think, twice in the theater. I really enjoyed it. And, you know, for the time, early 2000s, it was perfect. I gotta be honest. I mean, it's not that I didn't like any of the actors. Every actor in this movie, I like them. I've enjoyed them in other movies. I did not enjoy this, you know, render of the Fantastic Four. This one's actually more than the classic. It's at 74 cents, $2.99. And then, of course, the Rise of the Silver Surfer at 99 cents, so a little bit more than the OG, but still not as much as the newer one. Funny story is, I've said this before, I had no idea about this movie. Like, as much as I followed superhero movies, like if you ever heard of the Krypton site, I would check in on there every day, the Superman homepage. I was so like into all the superhero movies, I had no idea about this, and I saw a preview and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's another Fantastic Four movie coming out. And yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like is they didn't show Galacticus. Like, they made him look like a black hole. Like, we finally get to see him now. This is big. This is gonna be a big movie. I mean, as much, as nostalgia, and I'm sure there's people that absolutely love these, and whatever movie comes out won't beat this one. But I am so excited about this new Fantastic Four movie. Where, I mean, I'm holding everything. Besides that 90s one that nobody ever saw, it might not even made its way to VHS or DVD. It might just be like kind of a download, or you have to watch it on YouTube. But just wait. We're gonna get another physical media someday of the Fantastic Four footsteps, and it's gonna be completely different than what I'm holding here. During the time frame, like in the early 2000s, like this was perfect. The way they did everything, that style. And then 2015? I think this came out in 2015. I mean, it fit the timeline. Now we're getting something as big as retro is. I mean, look at the Mega Media Exchange. All the physical media, they know how big retro is, and kind of going back to nostalgia, and they're giving us that. It'll be completely different than what we've seen. I'm not really, again, the mustache on Reed Richards and the whole look of the Thing, I don't know, it's kind of like the first Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton. I like that Hulk compared to what we got in the Avengers. I kind of like this Thing. I mean, it was kind of a comic relief, but just kind of looking back here. But again, it's a minute 20 preview, but it looked big. What are your thoughts? Are you interested in seeing the new Fantastic Four movie? Have you seen the trailer? Did it do anything for you? Because it kind of gave me chills when I saw it. Oh, what else gave me chills is, what a great movie. If you haven't seen Field of Dreams, you have to see this. But I'm gonna warn you, at the end, it's kind of a tearjerker. Classic. Well, with Fantastic Four, I love Fantastic Four. I wasn't always a huge fan, when I was a kid, but kind of growing to appreciate some of this. And I just like the fact that this takes place in the 60s. Like, it's going to be so retro. Oh, and kind of a follow-up, we might be coming back in a future video for this game right here. Talk about retro. The Blaze of Glory, Bon Jovi, Young Guns 2 soundtrack. Wow. I don't know if I've ever held this before. I just want to say that going through all those movies and the animated, there was some Blu-rays in there, and they had a lot. They had a lot of superhero stuff, but nothing else Fantastic Four besides those 3 movies I was holding. There was nothing else Fantastic Four in there, and it's just, you don't see a lot of Fantastic Four. I think Marvel took a huge chance by saying, let's go all in. Let's try it. And I think it's going to pay off. And I'm to blame on that too. I can't think of anything Fantastic Four I have at home. But I bet you, because we're retro right now, Half Price Books will have something Fantastic Four. On a side note, they do have Mr. Peanut. We have a 2025 Marvel 16-month calendar. Look at this, 16-month, and guess what? I'm not seeing any Fantastic Four on here. Again, this is gonna change. I mean, just think about it. Like Captain America, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Not as relevant as Spider-Man. Now look at Captain America. I mean, even some of the, just because of Avengers movies, like the Black Widow. Did anyone know the Black Widow? I think everyone's gonna know Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm. I don't know the Thing's real name. I was kind of on a roll there. Look at Iron Man, 2008. That was a great movie. That was, gosh, look how young Robert Downey Jr. looks. Like the Incredible Hulk. So yeah, this is the Hulk. I love this look of the Incredible Hulk. I didn't care for the look in the Avengers. I wanted this Hulk. Like that's the Incredible Hulk. Like this, he's an angry guy. Like this, I kind of went a little PG on him, to be honest with you. I understand the conflict with Edward Norton. I mean, think about the Hulk. Like I didn't like the first Hulk. He was like 30 feet tall. This was perfect. Then they changed it. I did find this article because looking at the trailer, seeing this gentleman here, I didn't know who that was. And just to kind of throw out some confirmed villains, of course, Galacticus. I mean, look at this shot. I mean, he might even be bigger than that, but I mean, just looking down on the Statue of Liberty, like how are they going to stop him? A couple other villains reported is Mole Man. And then, of course, the gentleman here, Red Ghost. So he may be Red Ghost. It's not Doctor Doom, that's for sure. But yeah, if you're wondering, like, who was that guy? Good chance it's Red Ghost. And again, I don't really know who Red Ghost is, but he's this guy. Oh, wait for it. We found something. That's what I'm talking about. This is why they went with what they did. The whole retro, the 60s look, because, I mean, we're finding this at Half Price Books. That's where, at the exchange, the Mega Media Exchange. If watching that trailer, they've made multiple trips, it sounded like, to space. And every time they went, something changed. The thing turned into, what he looks like now. And apparently, I don't think Sue Storm was invisible the first time. So a lot of questions to be answered. And again, we're just seeing what they want us to see in that 1 minute and 20-second trailer. We'll see if we can find out who the Red Ghost is. We'll see in the Marvel Encyclopedia. When I'm looking through the book, and it just came to me. It's Ben Grimm. I couldn't believe it. Ben Grimm is the thing, and I'm not cheating. I'm not on his page, but it just came to me. I can't believe I didn't know his name. I forgot it. Okay, I found it right here. Red Ghost first appeared Fantastic Four number 13, April 1963. Real name Ivan Krogoff. Occupation, he's a villain. Base mobile, height 5'11", 215 pounds. Brown eyes, white balding. That's got to be him. I mean, if you think about it. Special powers, renders himself and nearby objects intangible and transparent. Ingenious scientist and brilliant engineer. Yeah, so that'll be cool. They show a little Easter egg of this gentleman, but yeah, the big boss is, of course, Galacticus. Yeah, I can't wait to see Galacticus. Real name, Gallon. Occupation, consumer of planets. I mean, this guy basically is gonna try to eat Earth. Height, he's 26 feet tall and 9 inches. I like that 9 inches. Eyes unknown to humanoids. Appear white. He doesn't have hair. First appearance, Fantastic Four number 48, March 1966. So kind of explains why they're going back to the 60s. 26 feet tall. So yeah, he's gonna be right up there with the Statue of Liberty. I thought he was bigger. I thought he was, I guess, a little bit more of a chance. They showed him so much bigger in like the Rise of the Silver Surfer. So 26 feet tall, 9 inches. Oh, and just to switch subjects just for a second, just because there's a Batgirl here, McFarlane Multiverse 1249. They are running a 50% off of Batgirl combo with the Bat Cycle through McFarlane Direct. I think the entire month of February. Yeah, so it's the February Consumer Appreciation Deal of the month. 50% off the bundle. So you get Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and the Bat Cycle from Batman 66 with code Batgirl50 at checkout. Receive 50% off. So you have to buy both. It's not 50% off of one. So it's two separate items. So if you're interested in picking up some more retro, 50% off this month. And I just, you know, moved a Commodore 64 accessory right in front of, oops, right in front of Batgirl. Look at this. The connection. That's pretty cool. How could I forget Ben Grimm's name? Like, I must be getting old or senile. Oh my gosh, let me try this again. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm. I got it. Nailed it. Victor Von Doom. Oh, and right next door to Half Price Books, the UPS store, that's the last place that I saw Shack Jam. That's where we shipped them back. And that's gonna do it for today. You know, I came here to look for Captain America: The Brave New World. They had a big promo the last time we were here. Unfortunately, that has been taken down, but with the excitement of this trailer, I'm gonna see that movie. To be honest with you, I wasn't really excited to see the new Captain America movie, but the trailer was so good for Fantastic Four that it has motivated me, it's energized me. Like getting back into retro gaming, I am like back into superhero movies. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna see this. And then in July, when Fantastic Four hits, I'm gonna go see that. This is awesome. I like the trailer. Let me know what you think. What did you think of the trailer? Are you interested in Fantastic Four? Are you gonna go see it? I wanna thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. This was the old Suncoast motion picture, Suncoast video. I just like to point that out. I'm at Brookfield Square. It's kind of a retro ending here. Just thought what better place to finish the video. I am excited about the Superman movie too, of course. But yeah, I wanted to do a reaction on, look at Spider-Man over here. We'll walk over by Spider-Man. I wanted to do a reaction on Fantastic Four. And I like what I saw. Yeah, look at Spidey in the window. That is pretty cool. They have some retro Lakers stuff. I see a retro Avengers shirt, so very cool. Very cool to kind of just finish off the video. Excited for Marvel. This is the closest I've ever gotten inside of lids since they shut down. And I promise, the Vintage Vault Arcade Tour will follow this reaction video. This kind of came up, and I wanted to talk Fantastic Four. Look at this NBA Jam. We don't see a lot of Tournament Edition, which is at the Vintage Vault. It will be part of that tour, but look at this. You know what? I mean, just looking at the size of this, who needs Shack Jam? You should just get a real NBA Jam arcade. This is great. I said I would play this the next time I came here. I'm kind of on a time crunch, but it looks so good, doesn't it? This is an awesome arcade. And a steel gunner. You don't see a lot of steel gunners. We'll have more top 20 arcade lists off of places we go. But the top two in here are obviously Steel Gunner and NBA Jam. Oh, this is a new one. Never seen this before. Very cool. It looks like they're this is here to stay. You know, it looked a little open. Got another new one over here. So okay, I like what we're seeing. I don't know if we're gonna actually do an arcade tour at the Castlecade, but we'll always stop by and just kind of check it out. Even skee ball. Yeah, this was a GameStop at one point. All right, I better go.